Welcome to the First Home Show podcast, created for first home buyers. I'm your host, Melissa Barless. I'm a property lawyer, owner and founder of Conveyed, and I've been a first home buyer myself. In this podcast, I'm going to show you in up to 10 short-minute increments what you need to know as a first home buyer, and I'll share with you all of my legal tips on how to purchase your first home successfully. Don't go it alone in the property market. We at Conveyed are here for you. Welcome to the next exciting installment of the First Home Show podcast. I'm so pleased that you can join me because we have a really important topic that I'd absolutely love to talk about with you, and I'm going to talk about with you. We are decoding the puzzle on how to choose the best conveyancer for a very smooth property transaction. This is incredibly important because buying and selling a property is complex. It can be complex. It's an intricate process. It's filled with lots of legal nuances, lots of paperwork, you name it. And to navigate that labyrinth successfully, one crucial player in the real estate game is the conveyancer, which is what we do. So a conveyancer, if you aren't already across what a conveyancer does or means, a conveyancer is a licensed professional that's responsible, that's trained and qualified to handle all of the legal aspects of a property transaction to ensure a smooth transfer of property from one person to another. So as a first home buyer, you are interested in ensuring that the transfer of the property from the seller to you is a smooth one, and a really good conveyancer ensures that happens properly. So choosing the right conveyancer is absolutely paramount to a successful, hassle-free, smooth experience. So in this podcast, I'm going to guide you through all the key factors that you need to be considering when you're selecting the best conveyancer for your property journey. It's incredibly important because it can mean the difference between whether you're going to have a really good experience or not a good experience. And I've been in the industry for, close to 10 years to date to understand what you need to be looking out for. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first consideration is qualifications and credentials. So that's the first and foremost thing. It's absolutely pivotal to ensure that your chosen conveyancer is qualified and licensed to do their job. So you'd be asking them, are you licensed? You don't want to be speaking to someone on the phone that's from, an offshore country or from an office that isn't necessarily the qualified person that's going to assist you, or doesn't work with conveyancers that are qualified and licensed to assist you. So they should be licensed. They should be associated with the different legal bodies like Law Institute of Victoria, especially if they're a solicitor conveyancer. They should be, members of the Australian Institute of Conveyancers if they're not already members of that institution. If they are a lawyer conveyancer, solicitor conveyancer, same thing, such as ourselves, you want to make sure that they're also registered with the Legal Services Board. Is there a practicing certificate for the principal of that firm? And any conveyancer that's assisting them, are they necessarily licensed? So those accreditations, they guarantee that the professional adheres to a very strict ethical and professional standard. So that's absolutely the first important aspect. The second thing you need to consider is experience. Experience absolutely matters. As a first home buyer, this is going to be the biggest financial decision that you're ever making in your life, the biggest one for a lot of you first home buyers. So experience is an absolute key factor in the legal field, and conveyancing is no exception to that. An experienced conveyancer is more likely to be able to handle potential issues, especially complex issues, with great expertise and efficiency. compare that to an inexperienced conveyancer who, if something curly pops up, may not be able to deal with it, and most likely will probably, if they're responsible enough, outsource that issue to, or outsource that scope of work to a legal professional like us. So you need to consider the number of years that the conveyancer has been in their field and inquire about their specific experience with transactions that are similar to yours. Have they dealt with only purchases, or are they only used to sales matters? If you've got a particular situation that's unique, you want to inquire about that with them and check if they've actually dealt with that, and have them explain how they've dealt with that. You don't have to go into super depth, but you want to get enough of a feel, and you'll know it when you are speaking with an expert. You want to get enough of a feel that, yes, this person is the expert that I need to be engaging for my transaction. The third consideration is they need to be absolutely transparent with fees. Cannot stress that enough. With us, we are incredibly transparent. We always tell clients up front, this is the packaged fee for everything we have to do all the way through to settlement. And that's how it should be for every conveyancer. So conveyancers, absolutely, before committing to one, it's absolutely crucial that you understand their fee structure. A lot of conveyancers will price their fee by saying, this is the professional fee, and then this is our disbursements. A lot of people turn around and go, what the hell is a disbursement? I don't even know what that means. And just FYI, a disbursement is out-of-pocket expenses that the conveyancer incurs to represent you. So things like ordering information from different authorities to understand what the debts are associated with the land, lots of other things, etc. So a lot of conveyancers may not include that as part of their fixed fee, and they may separate that, and unbeknownst to you, that might be something mentioned in the fine print, and then you get bill shock later on. That's not something that you like. So you have to understand their fee structure, really read the quote that comes through to you to properly understand what am I being priced for? What is the total amount of this quote? A reputable conveyancer will provide, like ourselves, will provide a transparent breakdown of all the costs involved in your transaction. That includes professional fees, disbursement costs, search fees, GST, anything in terms of a cost that's associated with the transaction to do with conveyancing would be disclosed to you. So just be wary when you are getting quotes, be wary of any hidden charges, and ask for a comprehensive fee upfront to avoid any unpleasant surprises later in the process, like unpleasant bill shock, which is unfortunately something that happens in the industry because conveyancers are not transparent enough with their prices. And the reason why they're not transparent enough a lot of the time is because they're wanting to come across super cheap to entice you to engage them, which is not necessarily the right approach. When you're a first home buyer, especially, you want to be engaging someone that's got really good expertise, irrespective of price. Price should always be reasonable, but you shouldn't be necessarily going for the absolute cheapest quote or a quote that has hidden charges. So yeah, getting their fee structure up front is really important. The next consideration is accessibility and communication. This is the cornerstone of what makes a really good, smooth conveyancing experience for you. Effective communication, meaningful, clear, simple communication is the cornerstone of a successful property transaction. So choose a conveyancer who is easily accessible, and responsive to your queries. Responsiveness. If you're calling a conveyancing company and they haven't gotten back to you on the same day to address your inquiry, red flag. Okay, even if you call them to ask for a quote, no one gets back to you for days, red flag. Okay, really important that you are dealing with someone responsive. Your unresponsive conveyancer is going to be very problematic for you in the long run, because if there's something urgent that comes across your plate later on that a conveyancer needs to be dealing with and advising you about, you want to make sure you can get them over the phone. So really important. So when you are choosing the best conveyancer for you, just inquire about What are their preferred communication methods? What communication methods do they have available to you? And just ensure they provide regular updates on the progress of your transaction. Make that expectation clear upfront to them so they understand what your needs are. They understand what your expectations are, keeping it reasonable, of course, but really important that you get a feel for their communication and a feel for their responsiveness. A proactive and communicative conveyancer can help alleviate stress, so much stress and uncertainty throughout the conveyancing process, throughout the transaction, which is already a foreign process in and of itself. The next factor when choosing a conveyancer is local knowledge. So opting for a conveyancer with local expertise can be advantageous to you. And when I say local, it doesn't necessarily have to be specific to your locality, but at least a conveyancer that's based in your state, that understands how to do conveyancing in your state, is absolutely important. Local knowledge can also be important for navigating regional specific regulations. There might be regulations particular to regional properties versus suburban properties. There might be potential issues affecting the locality that the conveyancer might know about, or nuances that might arise during the transaction. But at a base level, you want a conveyancer that has the local knowledge of your state, of the property market in your state, that's absolutely familiar with it, and who can provide lots of valuable insights and help you make informed decisions along the way. The next consideration to take into account when choosing conveyancer is recommendations and reviews. We are in a digital age. Have a look at the Google reviews. I can't stress it enough. You might think someone sounds good over the phone, and then you look at the Google reviews, there might be lots of 1 stars against that conveyancer because they're not doing a great job. So they're all talk and no action. So word of mouth is the point here. Word of mouth can be an absolutely powerful indicator of a conveyancer's reliability. So look at the Google reviews. Ask around, seek recommendations from friends, family, from colleagues who've recently engaged in property transactions. We do come up quite a bit because of our reputation in the industry, I won't lie, but have a look, listen to what your family and friends have to say. And additionally, just like I said, explore online reviews. Trustpilot is another website as well. Look at Facebook reviews, look at testimonials. One thing that we do on our website is we put testimonials up for people to see. And I'm not talking written testimonials, I'm talking video testimonials as proof in the pudding from clients firsthand on how well we deliver our service, how we got them from A to B, how we made them feel after using our service. So make sure you're checking testimonials to gauge the satisfaction of previous clients, because a positive track record for a conveyancer is a very strong indicator of their trustworthiness, of a trustworthy conveyancer. So those are the key considerations when choosing the right conveyancer. That is such a pivotal decision in the property transaction process. By considering their qualifications, their experience, their transparency about fees, their accessibility and responsiveness, their knowledge in your state, their reputation and reviews, you can make a really informed choice that paves the way for a very seamless and stress-free property journey. So take the time to research, select a conveyancer that really aligns with who you are, that you can really feel they understand you and your needs, ensuring a secure and successful real estate transaction. And I wish you absolutely well with yours. You're welcome to contact us at any time. Our number is 0388328032. You can contact us anytime. Go on our website, www.conveyed.com.au. Check us out. Give us a buzz if you've got any questions about buying a property whatsoever. And I can't wait to speak to you on the next episode of the First Home Show. Thank you for listening.